Hello, welcome back. I'm doing a book review today of The Medium is the Massage by Marshall McLuhan. This book was published in 1967, I believe. Marshall McLuhan was an American professor of communications, and I first became aware of this book whilst reading another book called 50 Philosophy Classics. And then after that I found it in a bookstore and I thought I'd give it a go. I've got the copy here. I've got the paperback copy. And wow, what a read it is. It's a special book indeed. I would describe this as a kind of experimental art book with a very important philosophical message. And the main message of this book is that the communications medium that any civilization uses is actually more important than the message or the content itself. It's quite a tricky one to get your head around at first. It was for me anyway, but it's explained in the book that the alphabet and print technology encourage this kind of fragmentary thought and individualism. Before the alphabet and before the printed word, people didn't think in a linear way. People didn't think of the world in terms of like start, middle and end. The world was like, the main sensory organ was the ear, and people just didn't think in a sequential manner like they do today. But the alphabet changed that. The medium actually changed the way that we thought and the way that we went about our lives. If you go over to, like Papua New Guinea, for example, and speak to tribes members, they don't see the world in a linear fashion. They see the world as a kind of auditory experience because they're not used to reading, so they haven't been exposed to that medium. And according to McLuhan in this book, electric circuitry is kind of dismantling this individualism that we've been used to for so long, and we've now got a global village, a global community, and teamwork is becoming more and more important. Teamwork is becoming more important than individualism, and this is because of the new medium that we have, the internet or electric circuitry. So again, that the medium is becoming more important than the message. That's the main example of this book. A good example of this teamwork idea is Wikipedia, by the way. When you read a Wikipedia page, it's been edited by several different people, but you don't really care about the person who edited it. You just care about the message in there. It's a teamwork effort, and that's a good example of what's happening. Individualism is being dismantled, and we're becoming one tribe again. Okay, that's the main message of this book. It's kind of blown me away in a way. It's a very interesting read, but the book itself is really it's like an art book, and it's like a bizarre trippy art book with loads of like weird pictures in it. I just want to show you like 3 pages of this book to give you an example of what I mean here. You see things like that. You see things like this in the book. There are pictures like this. It's like weird kind of art pictures in here. There's another one in here. I don't know how you can see this right now, but when you read the book in person, you actually need a mirror to read these words. The words are like backwards. You can't read them without a mirror. And there's another one in here where is it? Yeah, some pages are just like this. It's like a totally blank page with just like a tiny bit of text at the top. So it's like an experimental art book, but I love that. It's like it's like an art book from the 1960s, and it's like a hipster book from the 1960s. But I really like that. Marshall McLuhan, he was born in 1911 and he died in 1980, but he was so like ahead of his time. His ideas were so prescient, and there's actually a video here on YouTube where he predicts the internet. I don't know whether he predicted the internet in the 60s or the 70s or what, but he predicted it way before it was invented. So he was an amazing guy, and I really recommend you check out this book. It's for me, it was a hard idea to get my head around, but think of it this way: if there was a huge power cut in your city today, and you had no internet, no phone, no TV, no radio for weeks and weeks on end, would you be the same person afterwards? Would you live in the same place? The medium is the massage, and that is the main message of this book. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to check out some of my books, by the way, most of them are free. I've made most of my books free, and I've left a link below to that. My personal website, by the way, is no longer jamesflynn.org. I've now got a really long, ugly, unmemorable domain name for my website, but I've left that below as well. There's some good content on there for you to check out. I'll be back in another week or two with another book review. In the meantime, try to have a good day on this electric, media-driven rock we call Earth. Have a great day. Goodbye.